All right, Fresh. Let's go to our next game of the week. Hey, this game won the poll of the week on Twitter or X or whatever they call it these days. You guys know we're not hip enough to really understand everything that's going on. I do like the new X symbol. That's just me. But make sure you guys are following us on Twitter so you have a voice on those polls. We let the fans decide. Overwhelming winning the poll. It was West Virginia traveling to Happy Valley to play the Penn State Nittany Lions. Penn State is currently a 20.5 point favorite in this game. I think that's a little low on my end here, Fresh, but what say you? I'll let you go first about West Virginia Penn State here.
Well, first of all, I love the regional kind of game here. We got, coming down from the mountains, going to the Nittany Mount, coming down from the mountains in West Virginia, going to the Nittany Mountains there in Pennsylvania. Two blue collar, fan bases getting after it in the opening game. That right there gives you excitement and adventure. But from there, I think it stops. This is going to be a Nittany Lion beatdown, and if it isn't, that raises more questions about Penn State and if they actually truly are capable of taking down Ohio State and or Michigan this season. This is a ripe game where you've got to come out. You have the national spotlight, NBC's game of the premier game of the week, kickoff game for their coverage of the Big Ten. You got to come out and you got to light it up and you got to take care of business. The hot Neil Brown's seat is already super super hot right now. You could really basically light it on fire if you come out there and put up 35 in the first half and really send a message. The only hope for West Virginia, and I have respect for the Mountaineers. They have a great program, great fan base, love that fun stuff. But the talent on this football team is not what it was in the past, folks. And I think that's where spades are spades. We've got to figure that out. Neil Brown has missed that few opportunities, but the one thing he has done is built a very, very good offensive line. That offensive line at West Virginia is probably going to be top 8 in the country. If they can run the football and be successful and hold off that Penn State defense, again, raises question about Penn State's defense, but it shows that they can be able to dictate a football game and keep them alive and playing bigger foes. Because it's only going to get bigger for both these teams as they move on. If this offensive line for West Virginia can show up on Saturday night and keep them in the football game, protect Garrett Green, run the football downhill, maintain time possession, it gives them a fighting chance. Because if you let the duos of running backs there for Penn State get going and Drew Alar and that passing attack get going, along with that defense, and it could get really disgusting real early and be a Penn State party. So you've got to trust your offensive line, run the football, and show up from opening kickoff, or the season could become really long, really, really quick for West Virginia. I don't care what the spread is. Penn State's covering, and they're covering by a mile. Nittany Lions are beating it down.
Yeah, Fresh. Neil Brown, I think underrated statement of the year is that his seat is the hot seat. I would say he's definitely going to be the first coach fired. I do not think that he is going to make it to the end of the season. I feel bad saying that because both me and you really love Mountaineer football. I really think highly of Morgantown as a college location. It's a great place to see a game. I think also, West Virginia fans are some of the most passionate fans out there. I absolutely love my interaction with West Virginia fans. So I feel bad saying this, but it really is a rough situation. You're right. They got the offensive lines back together. The whole band is back on that one. They got a fairly decent running back in C.J. Donaldson from last year. 6 yards a carry for him, 8 touchdowns. Had some success on the ground, but maybe that was kind of it. You want to go back and talk about Garrett Green, the quarterback there. They got to do a lot of things to beat this Penn State. This Nittany Lion team, offense is going to get all of the headlines. People know how I feel about Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen. I love both Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen. I think they're probably maybe the two best running back combination in the entire country. I would take them over almost every other set of running backs. And I'm talking about 1-2. Like, there's a couple of individual guys I like a little bit better. But when you're talking about a duo of like that whole thunder and lightning, crash and bam, I don't know what our adjectives you want me to use here, Fresh, but something along those lines. Those two running backs are absolutely phenomenal. Drew Alar, he's getting his first kind of look this year. He, sat last year. I love the fact that he kind of sat behind someone like Sean Clifford coming in. But I'm glad Clifford's time is over at Penn State. We got to see what James Franklin has, because for the last 2 years, we've been saying this is a quiet Penn State team is a very scary Penn State team. This Penn State team probably has more talent on it than we've seen in years past. They got an amazing left tackle over there. They got a probably arguably the top cornerback coming out in this draft in Kalen King. People really, really like him. I say the tape shows something a little bit different. Not that he's bad by any means. I think he's really, really good. I just don't know if I'd say he's the top cornerback right now. So this defense has all the power to shut down a West Virginia offense that maybe will be reliant on the ground game the whole way. I'm with you, Fresh. I'm hammering the Penn State, and I'm taking that 20.5 points right there. I think the Penn State's going to roll in this game, and they'll be taking country roads all the way back to Morgantown.
I mean, this is a chance. It's a national spotlight game. It's not going to be hidden on Big Ten Network or something like that, or FS1 like this. It's on NBC, and it's going to be on Peacock. You have a chance to really showcase in your program and setting the tone and sending a message to start the season. I think that's in James Franklin's mindset. It's a night game. It's going to be packed, and you've got to go out there and set it and make sure everyone knows that you are fully reckoned to be ready to be reckoned with for the whole season.
Yeah, absolutely.